Hey guys, just real quick, I had someone ask if we could start earlier on Fridays, that there was actually a lot more traffic through the intersection a little bit earlier, so I'm totally good with that. The times I put there were just times I knew with my family I could commit to, but I encourage all of you to come out more, less, whatever works for you guys. If you band a group together and you want to come out on a time that works better for you and your family, Sunday afternoons at 2 or something, go for it. This is our corner. But I do think, because it is getting dark by 8, so I think next week we will try and move it from 5 to 7. Okay, if you want to stay longer, you can stay longer. But again, if I decided on Tuesday I'll be homeschooling my boys. And this was the last week that I have childcare for them during the week. So I don't know that I'm going to be able to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 to 1. I've told everyone, keep a sign. If I'm not here, just go on without me. I'll show up and do whatever the boys will tolerate doing. I have had a few volunteers step up to say, I'll take your boys so you can go stand. So, you know, God's will is God's will, and if I'm here, I'm here. But just know we'll try and keep it consistent, because I think by keeping it consistent, when people can't do it this week, they know, oh, next week I can do it because I'm working at 12 and I'm not working Wednesday, or I'm off Friday night, I can get down there. So I think it has been growing. We keep seeing new faces each time. So we're going to keep the times we have, but we'll probably move Friday up a little bit earlier. So next week, if you want to come a little earlier, you can. All right? Thank you all so much. I'm so blessed by all of you.
Woo! Thank you for what you do. Thank you. Stay all night like this?
Yeah, and what I'm doing with some of those is I'm saying, you know what, do you really want to work with 30% of your teammates gone? Your shift is going to be hell. Do you really want to be the last man standing? Do you really not want to come up against this? Because the jobs are going to be there. Like, people can get hired back on with sign-on bonuses and probably a higher rate of pay. But I wouldn't want to be the vaccinated person left standing. They think, oh, it doesn't bother, it's not going to be a big deal. I'm like, I think you might be mistaken.
And extends what's next.
And it's not good for our community. It's our community health is not. This is a horrible decision. How are we going to be able to take care of people if we don't have staff?
Well, you said that Concord Hospital made until October.
October 23rd.
That was originally the date, or they have delayed it?
They just announced Thursday.
Okay. Did they say why?
They did, and I have the email. And it's
Thank you.
It's all kinds of, like, you know, the board of directors, and, you know, under great consideration and much deliberation, and, you know, yeah. And then the big thing today, they sent out a subsequent email. They do like a year-end loyalty bonus.
Okay.
So they're increasing that. And it's after October 23rd. So they basically said, if you don't get vaccinated, not only are you going to miss out on your annual loyalty business after sticking it out with us this last year, but we're actually giving an extra amount this year for it. And they like intentionally did it in the same email as like clarification on like the exemptions and stuff. And I tell people, I'm like, they're just scared. They're scared they're going to lose you. So they've thought about this for 3 weeks. Like, how can we make this that much harder for people? And I'm like, you know what, your sign-on bonus is going to be bigger than the loyalty bonus. If you need to go back once they cave.
How much is the loyalty bonus?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
And then Dartmouth, I heard today, Dartmouth is calling back all the employees that have left and asking them to come back under agency.
Agency, what does that mean?
So that means they come back with like a temporary service. So the employee doesn't actually work for Dartmouth. They actually work for someone that Dartmouth contracts out for staffing.
And the benefit
to that is that they can still tell CMS Medicare that they have 95% of their employees vaccinated, because agency employees don't actually work for them.
Okay.
So it goes to show they can't do the staffing.
Yeah.
So
I wonder if that's a good thing or a bad thing for us, though.
It's horrible.
I wonder if it's easier to fire agency employees.
No, the thing with agency staff is they come onto the floor and they're deer in the headlights. That's like putting someone in the thick of the job with actual patient care, and they don't know the computer system, they don't know where the supplies are, they don't know how to pull the medications, they don't know how to look at the orders, they don't know how to look at your labs. It takes a month to orient yourself to any new environment. So when you bring agency, a temp agency, yeah, you have an RN standing there, so administration feels like they're covering their ass, but you've put a nurse in a really dangerous place. So, you know, it's all crap. It's not for people. It's not for caring about people or making sure people are healthy.
No. Act natural. Act natural.
So, Bards FM, Scott Kesterson, he is a patriot. He's been fighting this war since 2016. He has a podcast and he does a daily show, and he uses scripture since I think probably the last 4 or 5 months. He's been reading the Federalist Papers, and he's a constitutionalist.
Good.
He is calling for an appeal to heaven, and it's calling for a revival, and I believe it's in Missouri. And they've got thousands of people. Mike Lindell is putting money into it. They've got thousands of people. They're going to be tens of thousands of people gathering in Missouri. They're all going to be blowing their shofars. They're appealing to heaven. We're calling on God to bring a revival. We want the Holy Spirit to come onto our land and rise up the people, fill them with the Spirit, and we need a revival. So in this event, it's going to be a teleprompter showing that event.
Okay.
So you can watch
Gotcha.
Bards FM in Missouri in Wyndham, but there'll also be activist groups and vendors, not, you know, whatever. I'm making banana muffins. I'm supposed to be making them right now, but I'm here. So that's what this is. So it's just a gathering
It's
for
a
people to
good
get
place to
together.
network, though, right? And meet
Right.
people that are on the same page, that are pro-freedom, right?
Pro-freedom, right. It's about, and God and country. It's about our constitutional republic
Yeah.
and getting back to who we are as a nation, and our founding fathers and our, you know, the original writers of the organic constitution, not the fake two ones that the corporates, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Right.
Well, I'm going to try to go there. Tomorrow, what time is it?
Oh, let me see.
10 a.m.
I'm actually genuinely curious.
It's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. It is August
Wow.
28th, tomorrow.
I'm making fresh banana muffins and blueberry muffins.
That's the same time as our other event, though, the Worldwide Demonstration 4.0 in Nashua, but it's
Really?
a different day. Same time, different day. It's in September 18th is the main event where we're trying to get everybody in New
You
England.
have a sign?
Yep, right here. We got these. Want to take some to hand out?
Yep.
Greeley Park in Nashua.
What about Saturday, Friday? We're going to Boston, right?
Friday is the let me see. Mass Freedom Endeavor. It's Family Freedom Endeavor. If you go to the Facebook page, Family Freedom Endeavor.
That's the demonstration on the 17th of
On the
September.
17th.
I asked
day
for that
before.
day off from work. I'm going.
And then, so is there
Where
something
do you
else
meet?
tomorrow?
Where are we? No, the 17th in
The
Boston.
17th. Yeah, you're
Where's
gonna.
the starting point? The Commons?
I don't know. I don't know if it's a march or what. I'm not going to be able to get there.
You're the one
I
who
can
told
only
me
do so
about
much.
it.
Well, yeah, you got. I mean, I don't know. I only have so much brain in my head.
You got to
Right.
pass those out.
Yeah.
Or try.
Dave LaRue says hi to everybody.
Thank you. He's a good kid. Did he get a speaker yet?
Can I interview anybody?
You don't need
Excuse
us.
me?
Like
Can I interview anybody?
Not me.
Okay. Guys?
Sure.
Okay. So why'd you come down tonight?
I've been doing the Lebanon with Dave LaRue pretty much every day before and after work. Try 2-3 hours a day at least, in the afternoon and in the morning.
I shot up there Sunday night. I think it was Sunday night.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. Yeah, but it's out kind of middle of nowhere though. That's the only downside
Yeah,
to it.
you're right in hostile territory with Hanover. So, say yesterday, I got spit at once. I had one guy pull up to me and tell me to go back in my cave, that I was endangering his life. Real fanatics out there. There was one girl hanging halfway out of the car, flipping us off, and they're not too kind for the most part.
Have any nurses come out, or doctors, or anybody from the medical?
I think there has been, not when I've been there, but I think Dave has said there has been some staff that's come out.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, probably.
Thank you. Thank you.
This week everyone thought was like a one-time thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
yeah, they
no,
don't
this is going to be every, but we have people who are out here for the first time that haven't been out here at all yet 3 weeks. So I think as things wrap ratchet up and things get more crazy, people are going to look for a place to stand about anything that they feel like they're being forced to do that they don't feel good about. You know, I'm all about the Dartmouth and getting people on board with where this originated in Lebanon, but I'm also like,
Thank you.
if you feel like your kids are going to have to wear a mask and it doesn't make sense to you, you feel like it's not okay and they're breaching your parental rights, if you're a trucker and you're feeling like you need to be vaccinated in order to keep your CDL or whatever it is, like all the different like we all need to come together and say, you know, we have a freedom to choose, and we're just going to keep being here and hoping that the crowds and people
I wonder
realize
if that even matters though. Like, it's more about the employees that work in the hospitals seeing people out here. No, you know what I mean? I wonder if it's not a numbers game as much as a consistency game.
My heart is for my fellow clinicians, you know, but I also decided I have to homeschool my boys because they swapped it around on Monday, and when I adopted them at 48, I was thinking I would be putting them on the bus at 8:45 and saying, see you in 6 hours. You know, 2 little boys. One was 3/4 of the way up the chain link fence at the dugout on Tuesday in flip-flops, and I'm talking to another nurse, and everyone's like, T, and I look over and I'm like, do you see why I don't want to do homeschooling? Like, these are active little boys that...
Did you look into like pods and all that kind of stuff?
I'm looking into all that now. And I'm okay with it now. I'm better with it now than I was Tuesday. But these kids deserve normalcy. They deserve to get on a bus and go through the normal academic year that all of us had as kids growing up. And that being robbed from them, they're both delayed. They both have IEPs. Like, am I going to be able to meet all their needs? You know, everyone's like, you probably do just fine. But at the same time, my property taxes pay a good amount of money for them to be cared for, and just because I opt to work nights, does that mean, you know what I mean? Just because I'm grateful I can do it, because a lot of people don't even have an option, right? But it still doesn't...
You burn the candle at both ends.
Yeah, it's not right. It's not.
I think
not
it. All right.
Thank you for recording.
So anyway, do you want to like be hereish? Because you got the Dartmouth-Hitchcock thing as like a bit of a... Okay. So, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you? My name is Sage. I represent NH Unsilenced and Absolute Defiance. So we started coming out to these events because we're standing up for our freedom of choice, bodily autonomy. Everybody, no matter what party, race, creed, religion you represent, everybody deserves a choice. And we don't think that vaccines should be mandated, especially when it's not something that is in your contract, especially when you're working as a nurse at a hospital. That's
Where do
a
you
huge
work?
issue.
Are you a nurse?
I don't. I'm a stay-at-home mom. Yeah, but we've started a lot of these events, and my group and I, we've been going up to the Lebanon chapter up there with David. It's been great. Shout out to Liz Meckie, my group's co-owner. She's been running a convoy up there. We meet up at a little park and ride place, and we'll go up there with a bunch of other cars. It's been great.
So,
yeah.
just try to make sure I don't get hit. You know?
Okay. Gavin,
Just give me a hit.
you're on caboose duty.
Okay. So, what is your name and why did you come here tonight?
My name's Lori, and I'm here tonight because we found out we're mandated at Concord Hospital at Laconia, and I feel very strongly about the vaccine. We have a friend who lived in Bedford, New Hampshire, who died from the vaccine. He had a pig valve in his heart, and it had been about 5 years. He was scared to death of COVID, and he went and got the vaccine, and 3 days after he ended up in the hospital, and he never came out. He started stroking out, and he didn't make it. So that's why I'm here.
I understand. I live up in Northfield, Tilton.
Yep.
So, hopefully we can get some stuff started up there. That'd be nice.
Yes, I was asking about
Oh,
Laconia.
you guys are okay.
Oh, you're up there too?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, you're from Tilton too?
This is
Yeah.
the DO.
Oh, okay.
I'm her son.
Oh, okay. Do you guys want to do an interview? Or are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what's your name and why'd you come here tonight?
So I'm Jenna Enright. I've been a nurse for just shy of 20 years. I think I'm here because I felt
Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's okay.
I thought it wasn't recorded.
Oh, no. So I felt super strongly the last year and a half or so about the difference that I was making with my residents and my family members, that I was able to care for these folks when the family members couldn't come in and do it. I feel really strongly that folks have the right to make their own choices, whether it be for themselves or for their families. I've supported my friends and my nurses that have done so, and I feel really strong that I have the right to make the right choice for myself and my body and my health and my family. So I feel like I supported you all getting the vaccine, for you all, taking care of your loved ones and your family members, and now I need your support for me to make the right choice for my family and for myself. So I felt like this was a great way to start the week.
It's good to have you here. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Where do you work?
I'm at the Taylor community in Laconia. Not mandated thus far, but I could definitely see it coming down the line. So we'll see what happens.
Do you want to say anything?
Thank you.
That's a great sign.
So my name is Gavin Riley. I'm currently a student at the University of New Hampshire, and so I'm here today because my mother's a nurse, and she doesn't want to take the vaccine, and it's not okay to be mandating her. The state, our state representatives protected my right to make my choice on the vaccine, as they did with the rest of the students, and that's great. And they need to step up and protect the rights of the rest of New Hampshire residents. It's not okay to be coercing people into making medical decisions. It's not something that's acceptable in our country.
I just see it downhill too. This is never going to stop.
Of course. You allow people to mandate one thing, and now, it's just a small more thing. It's one thing more. It's one thing more. It's one thing more, until it's too big for you to stop it, and that's a serious possibility.
Look around and find out. If there's no penalty for their behavior, they're going to continue on.
Can't have enough signs. Gotta get the point across. Freedom first. Freedom's always first. That's why we're here. Without that, we're doomed.
How'd you come down tonight?
My name is Joe, and I came down because my daughter-in-law's a nurse, and she informed us of what's going on at the hospital here as far as people being forced out of their jobs because they won't get the vaccine, which is totally wrong. And the other reason is this country needs support to keep it free. And the more people that are out here talking about this, that we need freedom and not go towards the socialist side, that's what's needed. We need more people to stand up and say something and keep the country free.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I can tell people that one-on-one in my office.
Pizza's here.
Is everything all right?
Yeah. What's the problem?
Oh, no, they said you were taking pictures of the cars.
I'm not taking pictures of their cars. Why would I take pictures of their cars?
I don't know. That's why we came down here.
No, I haven't taken any pictures of their cars.
Okay.
I'm talking to my niece in New Orleans about evacuating for the hurricane.
Oh, okay. No, it just seems a little weird. I mean, you have to admit a little bit. You're out of the car, you're facing this way, you had your phone out and stuff.
No, I haven't taken any pictures of any cars.
Okay. I mean, it's not a crime anyway. Just if you were gonna we didn't know if you were calling, hey, you want to get these cars towed, and we're gonna move them if it was that's the.
No, I mean, morally, I think you should move them. I'm a nurse that works here, but
Yeah.
I am not in any position of authority to call anybody on you.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. All right. Well, have a good night.
You too.
Thank you for each and every person that showed up tonight, and every single person that drove by, every single honk, and every single clinician that goes through this intersection, Lord God. And I pray for this city, Lord. I pray that you would bring healing, that you would bring hope, that you would bring courage, that you would bring bravery, Lord, that people would no longer be silenced with their voice for freedom. And Lord, I thank you for this time. I thank you for this spot in this corner. And Lord, let us be your hands and feet. Show us what it is that you would have us to do, and help us to stay healthy. Amen.